My dear friends, I want to start this video with a heartfelt question. Have you ever taken a vitamin faithfully, believing it was protecting your health, only to discover later that it might actually be causing harm? Imagine trusting a supplement every single morning, swallowing it with your tea or breakfast, thinking you are doing something good for your body, when in reality, it could be silently damaging your most precious sense, your eyesight. That's right, today I need to talk to you about a very common vitamin that many seniors are taking, often without question, which can slowly damage your eyes and your retina. As a doctor who has spent decades helping older adults protect their vision, memory, and overall well-being, I have seen this mistake too many times. Eyesight is not just about seeing, it's about independence, safety, and enjoying life. Whether it's reading your favorite book, recognizing your loved one's face, or simply moving safely through your home, vision is one of the greatest treasures we have as we age. Losing it because of a simple but preventable mistake is something I cannot let happen to you. I know it can be confusing. There are shelves full of vitamins, advertisements promising miracles, and even well-meaning friends recommending what worked for them. But not every vitamin is safe for everyone, especially as we get older. In fact, one of the most commonly used vitamins might actually be sabotaging your eye health. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip, designed especially for older adults like you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve these videos for your benefit. Now, let's begin. Point 1. Why seniors trust this vitamin but should not. When I sit down with many of my senior patients, I often hear the same story. They tell me, Dr. Rose, I've been taking this vitamin for years because I thought it would keep me strong and healthy. And honestly, I understand why. The vitamin I am talking about is vitamin E. For decades, it has been marketed as a miracle nutrient that fights aging, protects the heart, boosts immunity, and even slows down memory loss. The promises sounded so convincing that millions of older adults added it to their daily pill box without a second thought. But here's the shocking truth. While vitamin E is important in small amounts from food, taking it in high-dose supplement form can actually put your eyes at risk. The trust in this vitamin comes from clever advertising, half-told scientific studies, and the natural human desire to do something good for our bodies. Seniors in particular often believe that if one pill is good, then 2 or 3 must be even better. Unfortunately, that is exactly where the danger begins. Vitamin E, when taken in excess, doesn't just pass through your system like some people assume. It builds up in the body, and too much can thin your blood, damage delicate retinal vessels, and even accelerate age-related macular degeneration, the very disease many seniors are trying to prevent. Imagine trying to shield your house from the rain with an umbrella, but the umbrella has a hidden hole. You feel protected, but in reality, water is leaking in and soaking you slowly. That's what happens when you trust this vitamin blindly. It feels like protection, but silently it's creating harm. Another reason many seniors continue to trust vitamin E is because they hear about antioxidants all the time. Antioxidants fight free radicals, so surely more must be better, right? Not quite. Our bodies work like a carefully balanced orchestra. Too little can cause problems, but too much can throw the entire system out of harmony. High-dose vitamin E can actually turn from a helpful antioxidant into something called a pro-oxidant, which means instead of protecting your eyes, it may damage them. I want you to pause for a moment and think about this. How many supplements in your medicine cabinet have you been taking simply because you heard they were good? How many of them have you truly researched or asked your doctor about? The trust in vitamin E didn't come from careful medical guidance for most seniors. It came from the power of marketing and habit. And that's why I am here to tell you lovingly but firmly. Do not place blind trust in a pill, even if it carries the label of a vitamin. Food sources like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens provide vitamin E in safe, balanced amounts. But the pill in high doses is where trust turns into trouble. Point 2. How it silently harms the retina and eye health. Your eyes are some of the most delicate organs in your entire body. They are filled with tiny blood vessels, fragile nerve endings, and a paper-thin layer at the back called the retina, which is responsible for receiving light and turning it into the images you see. Once these structures are damaged, there is no easy way to fully repair them. That is why protecting the eyes must always be about prevention. Unfortunately, when seniors take high-dose vitamin E supplements, they unknowingly put their retina under silent attack. Here's why. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin. Unlike water-soluble vitamins such as vitamin C, it does not simply flush out of your body if you take too much. Instead, it builds up in your fat stores and liver. Over time, this accumulation affects the blood vessels that supply your retina. High levels of vitamin E thin the blood and make it harder for those tiny vessels to function properly. The result: increased risk of retinal bleeding, swelling, and even irreversible vision loss. One of the most concerning ways excess vitamin E affects seniors is through age-related macular degeneration. This disease destroys the central part of your vision, making it nearly impossible to read, drive, or recognize faces. Studies have shown that instead of protecting against macular degeneration, high-dose vitamin E may actually accelerate the damage. Imagine expecting a shield but discovering it was a slow-acting poison. That is exactly the silent danger here. What makes this even scarier is that you may not feel symptoms right away. Vision loss from retinal damage often creeps in quietly. At first, you might notice a little blurriness, trouble reading fine print, or difficulty adjusting to dim lighting. Many seniors brush this off as just normal aging. But underneath, the fragile cells of the retina may already be deteriorating faster because of this excess vitamin. By the time it becomes noticeable enough to worry, the damage is often permanent. Another hidden danger is that vitamin E interacts with certain medications. Many older adults already take blood thinners for heart conditions. Combining those with high-dose vitamin E greatly increases the chance of tiny bleeds in the retina. These bleeds, though microscopic, gradually erode vision. It is like drops of water slowly cracking a stone. Over time, the damage cannot be undone. And remember, the eyes are not isolated. The health of your retina is directly connected to the health of your brain and nervous system. Poor retinal circulation from vitamin E overdose also increases the risk of nerve damage, making it harder for your eyes and brain to communicate effectively. This is why I say vitamin E in supplement form is not the friend you think it is. While it silently builds up in your system, your retina, your window to the world, may be paying the price. Protecting your eyesight means questioning not just what you see, but what you swallow. Point 3. Scientific studies and real examples of damage. Whenever I warn my patients about the dangers of vitamin E supplements, they sometimes look at me with disbelief. After all, how could something labeled as a healthy vitamin be harmful? This is where the science becomes important. Over the past 20 years, multiple large-scale studies have revealed that high doses of vitamin E do not protect seniors' health. In fact, they can cause serious harm, particularly to the eyes. One of the most eye-opening studies was part of the Age-Related Eye Disease Study, ARDS, funded by the National Eye Institute. In this trial, researchers examined whether antioxidant vitamins could slow down macular degeneration. What they found was surprising. While certain combinations of nutrients did help, vitamin E on its own, or in high doses, showed no clear protective effect. Worse, in some groups, high vitamin E intake was linked with a slightly faster progression of vision problems. This was a wake-up call for many doctors, myself included. Another study published in the British Medical Journal looked at seniors taking vitamin E supplements long-term. It revealed a small but significant increase in the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, which is bleeding in the brain. Why is this connected to eye health? Because the retina is filled with those same fragile blood vessels. If vitamin E can weaken vessels in the brain, it can certainly harm those in your eyes. This connection explains why seniors taking high doses sometimes experience sudden retinal bleeding or worsening of age-related eye disease. I also remember a patient of mine, a kind gentleman in his 70s who had been faithfully taking 800 international units of vitamin E daily for more than 10 years. He believed it was protecting his heart and vision. Yet, when he came to me, he was struggling with blurred central vision and was diagnosed with advanced macular degeneration. While I cannot say vitamin E was the only cause, the excessive dosage had likely accelerated the damage. His words to me still echo, "Doctor, I thought I was helping myself." That painful regret is something I want you to avoid. It is important to note that these findings are not isolated. A meta-analysis, meaning a combination of several studies, found that high-dose vitamin E supplements may even increase the risk of death from all causes. That's right, instead of extending life, too much vitamin E may shorten it. This is why many health organizations now advise against taking large supplemental doses, especially for older adults. The lesson here is simple. Vitamins from whole foods behave very differently than vitamins from pills. In foods like almonds, spinach, or sunflower seeds, vitamin E exists in balance with other nutrients, working gently with your body. In pill form, especially in high amounts, it overwhelms the system, damages blood vessels, and silently harms the eyes. So, when science speaks this clearly, it's a message we cannot ignore. The evidence is overwhelming. High-dose vitamin E supplements are not the safeguard they were once believed to be. They are a hidden risk, and your eyes could pay the price. Point 4. Safer alternatives that protect your vision. Now that you understand why high-dose vitamin E can be harmful, let's focus on the positive side, what you can actually do to protect and strengthen your eyes. The truth is, your body does need vitamin E, but in safe amounts that come naturally from food. Instead of relying on pills, I always encourage my patients to build their plate with eye-friendly nutrients that work together in harmony. For example, almonds and sunflower seeds are wonderful natural sources of vitamin E. When eaten in moderation, they give you exactly what your body needs without overwhelming your system. Pairing them with other nutrients from fresh fruits and vegetables adds an even stronger shield for your eyes. Unlike supplements, food delivers vitamins in the perfect balance your body was designed to handle. But vitamin E is just one part of the vision puzzle. If you want to protect your retina, there are several safer alternatives backed by research. The first is lutein and zeaxanthin. These two powerful antioxidants are often called the sunglasses of the eyes, because they naturally filter harmful blue light. You can find them in dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. Patients who eat these foods regularly often report sharper vision and less eye strain. Another crucial nutrient is vitamin C, which helps strengthen the blood vessels in the retina. Citrus fruits, bell peppers, and strawberries are excellent choices. Unlike vitamin E, excess vitamin C is flushed out of the body, so it is much harder to overdose. It is both safe and effective for eye health. Zinc is another mineral worth mentioning. It plays a key role in transporting vitamin A from the liver to the retina, where it creates protective pigments. Foods rich in zinc include beans, pumpkin seeds, and lean meats. Seniors who are low in zinc often experience faster decline in vision, so including this mineral in your diet can make a meaningful difference. And let's not forget omega-3 fatty acids, which help keep the cells of your retina flexible and resilient. You can find them in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or plant-based sources such as flax seeds and walnuts. Omega-3s not only protect your eyes but also support brain and heart health, making them a triple win for seniors. Here's a simple way to remember. Instead of taking one pill that falsely promises protection, build a colorful plate. A spinach salad with grilled salmon, topped with sunflower seeds and a squeeze of lemon, is far more powerful than any bottle of vitamin E supplements. Your body recognizes these natural sources and uses them in perfect harmony. So, while the supplement industry wants you to believe that a capsule is your best option, I want you to know the truth. Nature already provides what your eyes need. You do not need to risk your vision with synthetic pills. You can protect your retina with everyday foods that are safe, delicious, and proven to work. Point 5. Daily habits that strengthen your eyes naturally. Now that we've talked about safer nutrients for your eyes, let's focus on the everyday habits that can truly make or break your vision as you age. You see, your eyes are not just affected by what you swallow but also by how you live. Simple daily choices can either preserve your retina for years to come or quietly wear it down. The first habit I encourage all my senior patients to adopt is protecting your eyes from excessive light exposure. The retina is very sensitive to ultraviolet rays and blue light from screens. Spending long hours in direct sunlight without sunglasses can accelerate retinal damage. That is why I always recommend wearing high-quality sunglasses when you go outside, even on cloudy days, and limiting screen use in the evenings. Think of sunglasses as sunscreen for your eyes. Another powerful habit is staying hydrated. Dehydration makes the eyes dry, itchy, and more prone to strain. Seniors sometimes forget to drink enough water, but even mild dehydration can reduce tear production, making vision blurry. Aim to drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Regular movement also plays a surprisingly big role. Exercise improves circulation, including blood flow to the tiny vessels in your eyes. You don't need to run marathons. Gentle walking, stretching, or light yoga are enough to keep the retina nourished with oxygen-rich blood. Patients who keep active often report fewer vision issues than those who remain sedentary. Rest is another medicine for the eyes. Just as your muscles need recovery after activity, your eyes need rest after a full day of focusing, reading, or screen time. A habit I often suggest is the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. This small practice relaxes the eye muscles and prevents strain. Equally important is avoiding smoking. Smoking reduces blood flow to the eyes and increases the risk of macular degeneration dramatically. Quitting, even after many years, can still slow the damage and protect your vision. I've had patients in their 70s and 80s who gave up smoking and noticed clearer, more comfortable eyesight within months. Lastly, one habit that is often overlooked is routine eye checkups. Many seniors wait until vision problems become serious before seeing an eye doctor. By then, the damage is often irreversible. Regular checkups can detect retinal issues early, sometimes years before symptoms appear. Prevention and early action are your best tools. So, while a dangerous pill like high-dose vitamin E may silently harm your eyes, these daily habits serve as your true medicine. Protect your eyes from harsh light, stay hydrated, keep moving, rest your vision, avoid smoking, and see your eye doctor regularly. These are the small, consistent steps that keep your eyes strong and your world bright well into your golden years. Point 6. The big mistake most seniors make when choosing supplements. After years of working with older adults, I've noticed one repeating pattern. When it comes to supplements, many seniors make the same mistake. And it's a mistake that often costs them their health, their money, and sometimes even their vision. The mistake is believing that more is better. It usually starts with good intentions. You see a commercial on television, or a friend tells you about a pill they've been taking, and you think, why not? It's just a vitamin. It can't hurt. The problem is that this mindset leads to oversupplementation. Instead of sticking to safe daily needs, many seniors take megadoses, sometimes double or triple what their bodies actually require. That is exactly what happens with vitamin E. A small amount from food is helpful, but a large amount from pills can quietly damage your retina and blood vessels. The other part of this mistake is trusting marketing over science. Supplement companies spend billions of dollars each year convincing older adults that their products will restore youth, sharpen memory, or protect eyesight. They use words like natural and anti-aging, which sound comforting. But behind the shiny labels, many of these pills are not well regulated. Unlike prescription medications, supplements are not tested as rigorously. That means what you buy might not even match what the label promises, and the long-term risks are rarely explained. Another common mistake is not telling your doctor about the supplements you take. I have had patients walk into my office with a bag full of pills, many of which they never mentioned during appointments. Some were duplicating the same vitamins in different brands, while others were unknowingly mixing supplements with medications that increased their risk of bleeding, blood pressure spikes, or vision problems. In the case of vitamin E, combining it with blood thinners or aspirin can multiply the risk of retinal bleeding. Yet many seniors don't realize this until it is too late. The final part of this mistake is ignoring food as the safest source of nutrition. Supplements are often seen as a shortcut, a way to make up for a less than healthy diet. But no pill can replicate the natural balance found in real foods. A handful of spinach, a piece of salmon, or a serving of beans delivers not just one vitamin but dozens of nutrients that work together to protect your eyes and body. Pills often isolate one nutrient, like vitamin E, and force it into your system in unnatural amounts. That imbalance is what leads to harm. So my message is clear. Do not fall into the trap of believing that more is always better, or that a supplement can replace a healthy diet. Be wise, be cautious, and always discuss your vitamins with your healthcare provider. The biggest mistake you can make is trusting a pill more than your own body's natural needs. My dear friends, I want to leave you with this final thought. Your eyesight is one of the greatest gifts you have. It allows you to see your grandchildren's faces, read your favorite book, and enjoy the beauty of the world around you. But like any treasure, it must be protected carefully. The sad truth is that many seniors unknowingly harm their eyes by taking supplements that promise protection but actually do the opposite. High-dose vitamin E is one of those silent threats. The good news is that you are not powerless. You now know the truth, and with that knowledge, you can make wiser choices. You can shift away from dangerous pills and instead focus on foods, habits, and safer nutrients that genuinely protect your eyes. Remember, real protection comes from balance, not excess. Your body thrives when you give it what it needs in natural, gentle amounts. I want you to feel encouraged, not afraid. The future of your eyesight is not set in stone. By making small, consistent changes, like eating more leafy greens, protecting your eyes from sunlight, staying active, and questioning the supplements you take, you can hold on to your vision for many more years. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone you love, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That way, you'll always receive simple, science-backed health tips designed especially for older adults like you. And if you'd like to learn more, I recommend watching my video on natural ways to prevent memory loss. It pairs beautifully with today's topic. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember, you are never too old to protect your health and enjoy life fully. Until next time, this is Dr. Linda Rose wishing you clear vision and brighter days ahead.